So.
Okay.
Right.
Alright, now I have to talk to this guy again.
How can I be of further assistance? I know him a little bit, but I was not any sort of great friend to him or anything. I never really associated with him that much. In truth, I didn't really want to. He had a reputation. Very inconsiderate of family, I heard. But merely having heard unkind things about someone wouldn't make me want to kill him. I'm sorry. I'm getting a bit agitated. Why must we remain here? Can't you see that Rickard must have shot him? How can I be well, you see, Calder was involved in some pretty sordid business from time to time. More often than not, I've heard. Disreputable business practices, even more disreputable clients. Even heard he had dealings with a hut here on Dantooine. Now, I bet you're wondering if I had any reasons to kill the man, but I tell you, I hardly knew him. I saw him once or twice, yes, and I've heard some pretty unkind things about him, but certainly nothing that would make me want to kill him. Of course.
Okay, now let's see if we can cross-reference any of that information with the droid.
Is there any other... The Southwood Speeder rental business has records that over the past 7 weeks, a speeder had been rented by Mr. Netick and Mr. Gould. Is there any other information you need? According to the municipal authorities near the Garan spaceport, there had been news of violent drunken activity in a cantina attached to the port. Apparently, Mr. R. Lusoff was making accusations at Mr. C. Netick about cheating him in a business deal. Jedi Tuka was dispatched to the scene and restored order. Is there any other information you need? My preliminary analysis of the body indicates that he was killed.
Okay.
Is there any other... Very well.
Okay, now let's see if we can, You know Rickard lied about the sun blinding him while he was shooting, but we need more to go on. Let's examine the relationship of each man with the victim. Hayden told me he barely knew the victim. On the other hand, Rickard and the victim were business partners. However, according to Rickard, they got along quite well. On the surface, neither man seemed to have a motive for killing Calder. Dang it. Oh yeah, let's try. The Southwood Company's record did say that Calder and Haddon had rented a land speeder together several times. This shows that he did, in fact, know the victim, but this hardly counts as a motive for murder. I'm afraid I can't accept your judgment at this point. Suspicions does not equal evidence. If you are unable to deduce facts in this case, I'll have to take these men to the Enclave, deal with them at sincere talk. So no harm in you trying a bit more. Yeah. Blah, blah, blah.
Is there any other... We cannot get any more specific analysis from that sample, other than the fact it did not belong to Calder. Is there any other...
It did not belong to Calder. Time to save the game. Okay. Yeah. So the blast could be linked to anyone. I'm afraid that's not very helpful. Maybe it's too complicated for you to solve. It's beyond your training, perhaps it would be best if I turned Okay. From behind, huh?
Is there any other? Is there any? According to the municipal apparent, is there any?
Blah, 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 blah.
So, what do you want? That blaster? Never seen it before. Calder himself had a preference for a Johnny record. He had this one really nice light blaster rifle that he always used. Always wished I could get myself a rifle like the one he had. That blaster ain't it, though. Calder only had the one rifle, too, so he either must have borrowed that, or it's someone else's. So, now I don't love Calder, but we go back a long way. We run a suborbital shipping and transport company out of Garang Spaceport. We've been partners in that business for well over 20 years, and we've been doing just fine the way we are. Right.
Okay, let's talk with this
How
dude.
can I be of further assistance? That blaster was stolen from my house last week. I never knew what happened to it. I hardly have enough money to afford a single blaster, let alone another. I can't tell you how important it is to have a weapon on hand with all these ravenous cat hounds around. Even an Irias can take a man down if it gets in the mood. Every settler has a weapon. It's our most prized possession. I would most appreciate it if I could have it back after you determine that Rickard is the killer. How can I be of further assistance? But I realize this must seem like a motive to you, but I assure you it isn't. I dislike Calder, true. I would punch his face in, given the opportunity, but I would not kill him. My wife was cheating on me with him. I slept in my own bed while I was in the next room.
Oh.
But as much as I may hate him for that, I could not kill him. It may have been my own fault for driving my wife away. I must try not to take the law into my own hands. I was just out running, trying to clear my head for the divorce proceedings, not stalking him to kill him. Running is not a crime. How can I be a... I can block off maybe, sure, but not kill it. I hope you don't find that intriguing. Normally I'm not prone to outbursts like that, but Calder is kinetic. He's not a very nice person. Not a very nice person to me or my family. I had had my suspicions for several weeks, but had no proof until 2 days ago. It seems Calder is seeing my wife, right under my nose, no less. But as much as I may hate him for that, I could not kill him. It may have been my own fault for driving my wife away.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
just out running.
Yeah, yeah.
Of course.
Dun dun dun. Let's see if we can talk to the droid now.
Is there any? I am sorry, but I seem to be failing you. I have searched and searched. I thought to find the record of the missing weapon report Mr. Gould filed with the authorities, but there does not seem to be one. Is there any other?
Dun dun dun.
There.
We're getting closer. Closer to solving this mystery. So, we have caught Hadman alive. Interesting. I think we may need one final piece of the puzzle. There was a blood sample on the weapon that had been sent back for analysis before he arrived. Perhaps you could inquire with the information droid about it? If there's anything else you need, I will remain here until you question the witnesses. Okay, so let's talk to the droid about that.
Is there any other? I have just received back an analysis of a sample of the blood found on the weapon. It had been sent back to the enclave just before you arrived. The blood on the weapon is definitely not Calder's. Unfortunately, there was a bacterial contaminant in the sample that had been taken back to the laboratory, and it had become degraded. We cannot get any more specific analysis from that sample, other than the fact it did not belong to Calder. Is there any other? Very.
How can I be of further... Injured? No, of course not. Of course.
Okay.
So,
Okay.